Topic: Strategic Withdrawal for Sanity, the Wisdom of Selective Engagement in a Troubled World. By Professor Mannix Paul, Ph.D., Me Foundation Monthly Lecture Series 64, June 11, 2026. In an increasingly complex and troubled environment, the decision to withdraw, temporarily or permanently, from certain situations is often misunderstood as weakness or avoidance. On the contrary, strategic withdrawal can be an act of wisdom, self-preservation, and higher reasoning. Not every situation demands our attention, and not every conflict deserves our energy. The ability to discern when to engage and when to step back is a hallmark of emotional intelligence, maturity, and sound judgment. This principle can be likened to a tactical retreat in military operations. In warfare, a retreat is not necessarily a sign of defeat. Rather, it is often a calculated maneuver designed to reassess the combat situation, preserve resources, and reposition forces for a more advantageous outcome. Commanders rely on intelligence, surveillance, and risk assessment to determine when to advance and when to withdraw. Such decisions are guided not by fear, but by strategy. Similarly, in life, stepping away from toxic environments or unproductive conflicts allows individuals to evaluate prevailing circumstances, conserve emotional and mental resources, and make informed, positive decisions grounded in clarity rather than reaction. Modern society presents a constant barrage of crises: political instability, economic hardship, social media toxicity, and interpersonal conflicts. In such an environment, individuals are often pressured to react to everything, form opinions on every issue, and participate in every debate. However, cognitive load theory suggests that the human mind has limited capacity for processing information. Overexposure to stressors without selective filtering leads to mental fatigue, poor decision-making, and emotional burnout. Therefore, disengagement from non-essential conflicts is not neglected. It is a necessary strategy for maintaining psychological balance. Furthermore, systems theory helps explain why not all problems can be solved through immediate intervention. Many societal and personal issues are complex, interdependent, and evolve over time. For example, challenges such as youth restiveness, institutional corruption, or cultural decline cannot be resolved through impulsive reactions. They require structural changes, generational shifts, and, importantly, time. In such cases, patience becomes not passive resignation, but an active recognition that certain transformations, like growth to maturity, follow natural developmental processes. The concept of human development theory, particularly as articulated by Erik Erikson, reinforces this perspective. Just as individuals pass through stages of growth, childhood, adolescence, and adulthood, societies and institutions also evolve through phases. Attempting to force maturity prematurely often leads to distortion rather than development. For instance, the global challenge of misinformation cannot be eradicated overnight. It requires sustained education, digital literacy, and cultural adaptation over time. Thus, time itself becomes a critical agent of resolution. Contemporary realities further validate this argument. In the digital age, social media platforms amplify trivial issues, turning minor disagreements into major conflicts. Many individuals expend valuable energy engaging in arguments that neither produce solutions nor improve well-being. Similarly, in workplaces and governance structures, micromanagement and over-involvement often create inefficiencies rather than solutions. Strategic disengagement allows space for reflection, recalibration, and more effective long-term responses. However, this is not an argument for apathy or indifference. Rather, it is a call for intentional engagement. Selective attention theory emphasizes focusing on what truly matters while filtering out distractions. Individuals must prioritize issues that align with their values, capacity, and sphere of influence. This ensures that energy is invested where it can produce meaningful impact. Solutions and recommendations. First, individuals must cultivate self-awareness to recognize their limits. Understanding when a situation is beyond one's control or relevance prevents unnecessary stress. Second, institutions should promote a culture that values thoughtful response over impulsive reactions. Policies that encourage reflection, dialogue, and long-term planning yield more sustainable outcomes. Third, education systems should integrate emotional intelligence and critical thinking as core competencies. These skills enable individuals to navigate complex environments without being overwhelmed. Fourth, there must be an acceptance, both personally and collectively, that some issues require time. Whether it is personal growth, societal reform, or institutional transformation, patience is not a delay of progress, but a component of it. Finally, individuals should adopt practices that protect mental and emotional well-being, such as setting boundaries, limiting exposure to toxic environments, and engaging in restorative activities. These are not luxuries, but necessities in a demanding world. Conclusion: leaving for sanity in the midst of a troubling environment is not an act of surrender, but a strategic decision rooted in wisdom. Like a well-calculated military retreat, it reflects intelligence, situational awareness, and disciplined risk assessment. Not every situation requires attention, and not every problem demands immediate resolution. Some issues are resolved not by force, but by time, through growth, maturity, and natural progression. The challenge, therefore, is not to engage in everything, but to engage wisely. In doing so, individuals preserve their strength, maintain clarity of thought, and position themselves to make meaningful contributions where it truly matters. Courtesy of Me Foundation, committed to human capacity building worldwide. Just a voice of reasoning in a complex dispensation. Thank you for listening, and kindly share to inspire others.